Hi, I'm Maureen Blakeney, and this is a quick video tour of my e-portfolio. This is a culmination of what I've been doing in this program, both this semester and other semesters. First, in my candidates information, introduction and my goals are there, technology and philosophy, or my technology philosophy, my resume, and my exploration stage of my reflection. I set up these pages as individuals. Under activity evidence, I have everything, including my professional presentations, my professional videos, and that way each thing has a specific page for it. And I figured it might be a little bit easier to navigate, and you can look at one or all of them, and they all have drop downs, which is works very well. My professional presentations ended up being one to my peers, one to my students, and then I did one at home because of the virus. My scheduled one for second one I was going to do with my students wasn't going to happen because it was scheduled on the Monday that we started with no school. So my family volunteered, my son and my son-in-law, to be instructed on Google Chrome, which worked out very well. They learned a couple of things that they hadn't known. My professional presentations are what I used for my videos. For my professional video with my peers, I did an introduction to Google Earth, and a lot of them didn't realize it went across the curriculum, and they were really excited to learn that, and quite a few of them said that they were going to use it. And even just using the Voyager part of it for classes. And that just made me really happy that it was something that they hadn't thought about. My article summaries, my assistive technology one is the technology competencies for teachers and students with visual impairments. Now, the interesting thing about this is when it all came down to it, that teachers thought they weren't getting enough training to make them comfortable with whatever assistive technology they were given. The second one I did was the Google Chromebook pilot evaluation and the professional development of that. The other thing it came down to, when it was all said and done, they liked having one-on-one and classroom sets, but there lacked ongoing training. It was one of these things, an overview, and then it was done. They were left on their own. Google for Education, this one tied into it with the Google Apps and the Chromebook, and this actually studied people who were using them. And once again, it came down to they weren't getting enough training, and a lot of them weren't using it to what they felt the best of their ability was. Now, my visually impaired article, I live within the radius of the Florida School for the Deaf and Blind, and it's in St. Augustine, and I'm just a half an hour from there. And that's why I picked up on that. But we don't have visually impaired students per se in our classes, but we have so many level 1 readers. And this also would just enhance their learning quite a bit, because not only will they see what they're reading, they'll hear it at the same time. And I know this goes a long way because I do work with quite a few level 1 readers also. My extra resources, I put a bunch in, and this shows things over time that I did through my courses, and I tried to pick things that showed various ways that I did things. I learned so much and got so much information from fellow classmates that I hadn't known before. My peer review outside of school, I'm glad that she is looking at it, because it's also got me to remember that people outside of Fort Hays State University have to be able to see what's there. And since she's outside the area, I had to make sure all the settings so she could see what was on my webpage. My reflections and this tour, it's the last page. Now, I've learned a lot, both from doing this e-portfolio, and I loved learning it. I did get a little down the rabbit hole at times when it came to setting it up, but I tweak here and tweak there, and I kept right on going sometimes until I had to make myself stop. But this is just a quick overview of my e-portfolio, and I hope that I still keep learning as time goes on.